Okay, boys, we're back. Oh, first podcast of the year. This is a rush, not a rush job, research-wise. Production value, nothing. Prep for the actual video, 0. I just did my prep, information, power rankings, draft grades. That's it. And it's go time. We gotta get this done. It's 9:10. I want to get this done by 9:30, uploaded. Maybe I even get it done in 15 minutes. I'm gonna race through this fast. Okay, so where are we at here? I don't even need the computer. First of all, congratulations, Tupper, champion. Well deserved, and he's back for more this year. Back for more. You'll see in the rankings. This guy is loading up. He's deep. He's dangerous. He's got a strong mental attitude. He's a winner. He's going for it again this year. So get ready, PG. Like, this is going to be a dynasty in the making if we don't stop this. But anyways, neither here nor there. Draft was great. Yeah, great turnout. Best turnout ever, I believe. Good time afterwards. Tupper kind of stoned us there in a bit. Backdoored after the draft. No big deal. No big deal, buddy. Anyways, let's get our heads out of that cloud for a second here. Let's get to reality and let's talk about Pure Guts power rankings. I'm going to go start from 16 to 1. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to let you guys watch football. I'm going to post it on the site. So when you got time, I don't think I'll have time before the games start, but enjoy. Some of you will enjoy this anyways. Okay. 16. This was easy. No pun intended. Big easy. First of all, your draft, I gave you an F. You got McFadden. I couldn't really tell what else. I think you maybe got a couple of defensive players or something. It was rough. I don't think you had many picks. And the fact that Zeke got, he's got his stay, so he's gonna be playing all year. Probably McFadden might be useless right now, but unless there's an injury, it's a good backup to have on the bench. Nothing wrong with that. But that was it. Gave you a C grade for your team overall. Dia? Dia? I'm in the middle of a video. I cannot help you right now. Okay? I have to do a video. Okay? Is it important, or is it about art? Is it about art? Okay, which is...
But something there.
Okay.
It's on the card.
Oh, you're doing... Oh, okay, babe, I can't help you right now, babe. Okay, it's all good. It'll all be fine. Don't worry about it, okay? I gotta focus on this. Yeah, I'm trying to act really calm and cool because I'm being recorded right now.
Now he'll get that.
You just stay back. Stay back. Okay. Show him your shirt. Show him your shirt. This girl is fearless, strong, unstoppable. Kind of like Tupper's team. Like, get out of here, you little munchkin. Or you just stay back there and don't mess with me. Okay. Big easy. Quarterback, C. Running back, C+. Wide receiver, B. Tight end, D.
Tight end, D.
Defense kicker, C+. I wrote one word down, trouble. You got trouble. I think he said he thinks he has a shot at the division this year. I do not agree. But 16th ranked team, big easy. 15th ranked team.
I'm Tia.
5 to 10.
5 to 10.
Draft, I gave him a C+. Picked up Deontay Foreman, James Conner, which I like. I like those two pickups because you've got, something happens to the big boy, Big Bell, puffs another DOOBIE. Who knows? He's done for the year. Connor steps into his place. So I like those two picks, but overall, it wasn't you didn't pick up a starter in the draft.
Stop.
I didn't say a bad word.
You did. You said dumb.
No, I didn't say dumb. I don't think. Anyways, we got it on camera. We'll figure it out. Quarterback, he's got Cutler. Not even this week, but I give him a C minus. Running back, C plus. Wide receiver, I gave him a B. He's got Thomas and Landry and Matthews. It's a good, it's a decent little lineup. Dia. Tight end, C. He's got nothing but Njoku. Good defense, kicker. Overall, team grade C. 14. Where's 14? I know what I'm looking for. Dia, I think your time has passed. Can you go down? Can you go work on that card, whatever you were doing?
No, Daddy, can you help?
What? Dia, does it look like I can help right now? I'm in the middle of a video. Okay? Jeez. Watt. Draft. B minus. Because he got John Ross, Sam J. Perrine, and Reuben Foster. I like it. I like it. Don't know if he got a starter yet, but well, for him, he might have got a couple starters. But I like the draft. Pretty good. B minus. Your team, I gave you a C grade as well. You got Big Ben, which is great. A. Big Ben and Taylor. A grade on quarterback. C plus. Halfback is pretty weak. Got Gillislee, and he had a big game, but that's about it. Wide receiver, C plus. Tight end, C plus. Good defense. And what I did was I did quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and then defense / kicker. Those 4 spots all, combined for one ranking. And it counts. It's important. It's important to have. Those are 4 out of your 11, starting players. It's important. It's not make or break, but it's important to have. It makes a difference. That's a bad, below average defense and kicker combination compared to a really good one. Excuse me. That's the difference. 10 points a game, more sometimes on average. Yeah, I gave him an A. He's got great defense. So, anyways, the overall team grade C is what it is. You're 14th. 13th, we will rebuild. And he is trying. Made a big trade with Tups. Traded Baldwin and Fitz in a Fournette deal. I believe there was a pick and ball. Second, I think. If you're all in on Fournette, I think that's a great deal. Fitz is probably done. He's still a contributor, but he's probably done. And you know what? You got to get Miracles drawn as a line in the sand and said it's time. It's time to move in a direction, and he chose, and I respect that big time. We're all, we all meet that road where you either cross it or you either cross the road or go back into the woods. I don't know. That's not a good analogy. You know what I mean? Draft. I gave him an A for draft. Really good draft. Mike Williams, Evan Ingram, and Sean Watson. Fantastic draft. Picked up a key guy at each of those positions. I think that was great. And then picking up Fournette in the deal. Now he sort of has those young building blocks to build around, which I really like. Quarterback. He's got Staffy. I gave him an A minus. B plus, and Deshaun. That could be an A, but it's an A minus. Fournette, Ingram. It's all in Fournette there. B plus. Wide receiver, C minus. He's got Macklin. He's got Mike Williams. He's got Treadwell. Potential, not a lot of starting force there. C plus for Gates and Ingram. Gates is done after this year. Probably Ingram I like. So that grade can change depending on Ingram. We haven't seen him, so it's hard to say. Obviously, defense kicker, he's average B. He's got a B. Team, I gave him a C plus overall rating. So 13, 12. What are we at here? 9 minutes. We're racing this. 12. Sassy. One sassy Nigga. Your draft, I gave him an A minus. Picked up Davis and Trubisky, a couple defensive guys, but Corey Davis and Mitch. I like Money Mitch. I think he's accurate. He's just he's a bit of a gamer. I like Mitch. I like Money. And he's got that offensive line in Chicago, which is huge. I think he's going to stay on his feet more often than not. And Corey Davis, I love Corey Davis. Love him. Quarterback, he's got an A. David Carr, Cam. Don't know if that's going to stay like that all year. Doesn't matter. One or the other. He's probably going to keep Carr, obviously, but that's a great quarterback situation to be in. C+ for backs. You're talking about AP, Procise, Smollett. Even though I like AP this year, I kind of think he's going to score some TDs. Do the same thing he did a few years ago and just shove it in everyone's throat. You're like, I'm a freak. I'm a freak of nature. But lots of competition for touches there. But Procise will catch some balls. Smallwood, there's rumors of. I'm not going to get into it. Wide receiver B, Robinson, Diggs, Davis, Dorsett. So, it's solid. No high-end guys, but a couple of good players with, 13, 14, 15 point a game guys. And then you got Corey Davis, who I like a lot. So that's good. That's going up. And then tight end, you got Jack Doyle and obviously Greg Olsen. A. Defense kicker, it's good, above average, B+. Team is a B-. So, this is what I mean. The overall, I'll get into that later. I'll get into the overall later. Not that what I was going to say, but I have a point, but I'll talk about it later. Parity. This league it's parity, man. I love it. But, anyways. I just had a moment of sadness there. It just engulfed me because it just made me think of Sporting Wood. Almost tearing up a bit here. Anyways, that's my baseball league, and I'm going to talk about it. 12, 11, Slots-a-Rama. Slots. Big dog. Cloud jumper. Runs like deer. Slaughter. Draft. F+. Got an F+. Picked up Hoyer. Playing for him this week. That's how you get the plus. F+. I didn't even know who else you drafted. I don't know if you had any picks or you just... I think you picked a couple of wide receivers. Seth Roberts, Andre Holmes. Guys I don't know about. Which is not a good sign. But anyways. Sporting cast, You got an A- for Luck, Tannehill, and Hoyer. Tannehill and Luck are obviously injured. Tannehill for the year. But when you plug Luck into that lineup, that's he's got an A- there. Running back, Duke Johnson, Rob Kelly, and Shane Vereen. C-. Mike Evans, Bryant, Anderson, Richardson, Beasley. I like that wide receiver core. He's got Evans at the top, Bryant, so much potential to be at the top 15. And then you got Anderson, who's going to catch balls, Richardson, who's going to play a role, and Beasley, who's going to play a role as well. It's good. It's A-. Really good. Tight end, Reed and Cook, A. Done. The defense kicker was going to be better, but I gave him a B because Barry just got hurt. He's a good player. Barry just got knocked out for the year, I believe, on Thursday. So overall, team B. Number 10. And we're just right in the middle of the pack here where we got, the same as last year, I believe. Eight teams that are just like flip coin. Or 6 teams maybe. But anyways, poop in the urinal. Russ, you got an A- in the draft. Almost an A, but a lot of potential. I loved getting, I love Kamara, Kaiser, and Golladay. If Kaiser turns, they're all question marks. They're not like the high-end guys, but they all have great potential. And Kaiser's already starting, so which could be a good thing or a bad thing. Who knows? Nobody knows, obviously. But I love those 3 picks. I really like Golladay coming in. He's a physical specimen, and he's going to hopefully fill a red zone threat for them. And then if Kamara turns into the next Sproles in New Orleans while Breeze is still there, watch out. A-. Your team, it's funny. Your team is kind of deep, kind of young, and lots of potential, and I like it. I kind of like this. You're a sneaky team. Nothing sexy about it. Nothing sexy about it. You know, it's kind of like you, Russ. You're not the sexiest guy, but you got that personality, you know, and something about you. You know, the ladies just love it. I gave you a B for Bradford, Dalton, and Kaiser. Got 3 starters. No one great, but who knows if Kaiser. I gave you an A-/B+ for your running backs because you got Crowell and Abdullah, who if Abdullah stays healthy, that could be a significant piece right there. Crowell, he's going to get touches, yards, some TDs, a few TDs, you know, like he's a plotter, but it's a startable player, man. That's a top, probably, you know, 15 guy there. And then you got Derrick Henry and Kamara on the bench, who are just two young, you know, two young studs. If something happens to DeMarco Murray, this running back ranking goes way up. And Henry's going to get his touches anyways, regardless of what happens to DeMarco. So I give you an A-/B+ there, deep and young. Wide receiver, Britt, Jones, Coleman, Djax. I like Coleman this year. Everyone's sleeping on him. I think he was the first wide receiver taken last year. Got a young quarterback. He's going to get balls. I think Coleman's, interesting young talent there. And then you got Britt, who's, I believe, going to be their number 1 wide receiver for the time being, unless Coleman overtakes him right away. Marvin Jones and catching balls. Djax. Djax in Tampa Bay. Watch out, man. Watch out, man. But I guess it's the same. He was in Washington last year, so he's a good player, good wide receiver. B, tight end B+. He's got Bennett and Green Bay, is it? And Henry, the future there. So fantastic. Defense kicker A+. Can't remember who you got, but I love your defense and I love your kicker. You got an A+ there, which is significant. That's what brought you up a little bit in the rankings. I gave you a B overall. Number 9. Not going to like this ranking. Thinks he has a shot this year. I'm a little less confident in it. In fact, he didn't crack the top 8 half of the league. But this is really between, if you want to include slots, but it really Russ, in the next 4 or 5 guys, it was hard. The next 4 teams here, Russ, and the next 3 teams are like, I don't know who to pick there. They're all even to me. But anyways, Russ, number 9, Prugs. Draft, F+. You got Ardarius Stewart. There's your plus. He might play a role because the Jets are so bad. And they have 0 talent on offense. 0. They have a Z grade in offense for the Jets. So our Stewart might, I don't know how to put it the way that the daughter can hear it, but if you got a 6 out of 10 at the bar hanging around, and she's hanging around with a bunch of 2s, that 6 out of 10 turns into an 8, you know what I mean? Visually, but anyways, gotta keep this G rated. B for Eli, B+ for Lamar, Hyde, Gore. Nothing high end, but just deep and 3 starting guys that are going to get you good points. Hyde has some upside, I guess. Lamar, I think I loved him before, but now they got that Foreman there, and Foreman looked really good in the preseason. I think that Lamar's maybe not best suited for a workhorse back role, but his wide receivers are deep and good, like Crabtree, Watkins, Benjamin, Marshall. Just 4 like plug and play, solid guys. And he brought it to my attention like Crabtree's top 15 wide receiver 2 years in a row. That's crazy to me. Not crazy, but surprised me. A- for him for wide receivers. Fleener's his only tight end. I gave him a C+ because I think he's going to put up some points, but he's got no one else there. And his defense kicker is average B. I gave him a B+ overall. Just because he's sort of solid, like all around. He's got a solid team. So I mean, yeah, he could easily be a team that makes some noise. It's just, and he's not done yet. You know him. He's not done yet. And then number 8, right in that group, right in that wolf pack right there in the middle. Township. I give him an A- in the draft. Because of the volume more than anything. He didn't get any high-end guys because he didn't have any high-end picks, but he got Cooper Kupp, which I like. Joe Williams for San Francisco, who Shanahan really likes. He fought for that pick, but he's not going to play a significant role yet. Maybe ever, but that's a good pick. Love how he got Cohen to back up Howard. Picked up Carson from the Seahawks. I haven't seen him play. I don't know anything about the guy except for I just hear good things. And that's a crowded backfield. Excuse me. Curtis Samuel. There's a weapon. And then Taywan Taylor with the Tennessee. Just good volume. So, who knows who breaks out of that group. I like Cooper Kupp at the top. Just an overall solid draft by Howard. Like value. I think he got good value because he was all second rounders and stuff. But B+, Dak Rivers. There's no way I'm making this deadline here. I'm already at 20 minutes. Big surprise, Ben. When are you going to learn? So rambling in between, so I got to cut out. That's the entertainment, I guess. The limited entertainment you guys get for the two of you that actually watch this thing all the way through. Township, Dak Rivers, B+. Halfback, A. Gordon Howard. Almost an A+. I was this close to an A+. But then I gave a couple A+, and I'm looking at the A+, and I'm like, I can't give him an A+ if these are the two other guys I'm comparing him to, but A. Fantastic running backs, young. He's got Doug Martin on the bench. Wide receiver, gave him a B, and that's because he's not deep there. He's got Wallace and Kupp starting, but he's got Julio, and that just brings everything right up. I mean, Julio's like two average wide receivers playing at the same time in your lineup. So anyways, yeah. B. Brait. He traded for Brait. B. Defense kicker, A-, team B+. 7. Hoff. Drafted him a C+ because he got Zay. He picked up Jamal Williams for Green Bay. I watched him a bit. I like Jamal Williams, and who knows? So, Green Bay has a way of making backs look good sometimes, like Starks. Made Starks look like a good back. I never thought he was, but Jamal Williams is kind of like that. Kind of runs like him. Anyways, Zay. I love Zay. I think Zay's great. I didn't even like anything else in the draft, so. Rodgers, C+. A+ quarterback. I gave him an A at running back, DeMarco Murray and Montgomery. I'm not going to say a lot there because of future possible negotiations. Who am I kidding? It's Jer. I like Ty. A lot this year. DeMarco, just solid A. Cooks, Zay, and I can't even read that. Oh, LaFell. I just gave him a C for wide receivers. Just got the Black Jesus and Zay, and that's about it. C for tight end, Zach Miller and Julius Thomas. C. It's a bit low. That when Trubisky gets in there, Zach Miller might actually raise up a bit. I'm gonna raise that to just a C+ because he got two solid starting guys. So it's a C+. Defense kicker B+. Traded away Brait. Probably could have used him at least for a few games, but you know what? That's looking ahead. Which I finally made a trade. Like who knew? I think he got a second for him. Team, I gave him a B+. And just the fact that he got Rodgers, great running back combination, and a wide receiver that is going to put up a lot of points. That's a good, solid tight ends. It's a good, solid team there. So he's 7. And then 6. I think now there's a tier mark. You had a tier there in the middle, which is really, and it's not a huge mark here, but I got to put Bridesmaid up a little bit higher than those guys. I gave him a C+ for the draft, even though he traded Cutler and Matthews for Dalvin Cook in the draft process there, draft day trade, which is great. I like that for him. Obviously, I think that was great. You get a good young stud running back and it was kind of like Briz needed a quarterback, but I don't know if he like, I love about Briz and Pollock and guys that are lower that they still think they're going for it, and I love that. That's what you need in a fantasy league. You need guys at the bottom there that they are willing to make moves and just like, you know what, we're not done here. We're going for this because you know what we've seen in the past. We've seen teams in the past just barely squeak in the playoffs and win the whole thing. It's happened, and it's you never know. So I appreciate Bridges for doing that move. It was a bit of a question mark for me about the value in that trade, but either way, Dalvin Cook. So that's your C plus because I don't know what I didn't see anything else significant that he got in the draft. Some defensive players, unless I missed something. But Dalvin Cook's making that deal to me is worth a C plus right there. Quarterback A, it's got Russ. Can't remember who his backup is. But then you got another him and Powers. With that Gordon Howard and then Freeman Cook combination, I got to see what Cook is first, but he's got Freeman, who's a top 5 guy, and that's a close to an A plus if Cook can. I give him an A there because I got faith that Cook's going to be a good player. He's going to get volume right off the bat, and his college tape's ridiculous. He tested poorly at the combine, which scared people off a bit. Got a bit of a shady injury and like his past has been shady with some off the field stuff plus injuries, but overall he's a great player. B plus for his wide receivers. Keenan Allen, if he stays healthy, he's a top 10 guy, I believe, top 15, definitely. He just got to stay healthy. You got Devontae Parker, question marks there. Sanders, if Allen stays healthy, Parker and Cutler turn into the next Alshon and Cutler combination, and Sanders just catches up on 94 passes. That's a good wide receiver core. But if Allen gets hurt, SHIT is the fan. If Parker and Cutler, or say Cutler gets hurt, Parker, or if maybe their connection isn't going to turn out, everyone's assuming it's going to turn out like Cutler has in the past with his big, number 1 wide receivers. And you got Rudolph and Jimmy, A plus. Sorry, I give B plus for his wide receivers. Tight end, A plus. Jimmy and Rudolph. They traded for Jimmy. Traded Hyde for Jimmy and Sanders in some sort of deal there, which I thought was just great. Great deal. That's a big deal for Hammer there. That's a good, nice move. I like that a lot. So overall, I gave his team an A minus. Yeah, there's the tier right there. So those were B plus teams before, and now you got yourself into the A minuses. We're getting up there now. We're at 6 now. Top five guys. 28 minutes. This is long. At 5, I got Krenny. His draft, I gave him a B. I'm gonna change that. I at least got to go a B plus there. Looking at what I've given other guys for the draft, because he got. Well, no, I'm gonna give him a B plus. That's a fair grade because he only got one offensive player worth mentioning, and that was Mixon, that I can remember, that ever got written down, anyways. Which I love, Joe Mixon. I love him. But he got 2 stud defensive players, to me, start right away, which I think he is. Joel Adams, who I think is going to be a Hall of Fame type safety, and Draw Davis, who I love. I love Draw Davis's game tape. I watched quite a bit of it because I thought the Dolphins would get him. I love Draw Davis. That guy's a baller. Mean, got that big beard, or at least he did in college. He's just a bad boy. He's a bad boy. I've been a bad, bad boy. It's Despicable Me 3. Quarterback, A minus, Mariota, almost in that A tier. Stay healthy, and I think he's going to be in the A tier. A plus for DJ Mixon, A plus. That's what I mean by the difference. And you know what? Cook, I say, I got to see more from Cook. Well, he's got DJ. DJ right alone, you're an A. You could have DJ and like, a retired, left tackle as your next best running back, and you're an A. And so he's got Mixon, A+. B for his wide receivers, he's got Hill, Nuke, Crowder. That could be a B+ too, depending on Nuke. Crowder's a bit banged up, but that's those little guys that scare me a bit. I like the big guys, right? But I gave him a B. Could be a B+. He's got Delaney Walker, B+, because he doesn't have much else behind him, but that's a great starting tight end. It's great. He's got a good team. His defense kicker, I gave him a B because he doesn't have a kicker. I had him at an A or an A- or something like that because I love the combination of the two rookies I talked about already and Olivier Vernon. But he's got no kicker. So there you go, buddy. I give him a B still. Overall, A- for your team. Same as Ham. 4, I got Mangold, who I think I had him high last year too, and he got disappointed. I got him high again. I just like that team. And then in the draft, I love what he did in the draft. Kareem Hunt. I mean, not a lot needs to be said there. Anyways, I gave him an A in the draft because I like Chris Godwin and I love Kareem Hunt. Obviously, I mean, whatever. He's got a starting running back right off the bat who just scored 45 points. I mean, how can you not? Nothing else needs to be said. Myles Garrett and Adam Shaheen rounded out that draft class that of note. A draft. Quarterback, I gave him an A. So you got Cousins and Winston, two potential top 10 guys, right? Cousins, they could be top 5. Who knows? It should be an A+, but it's not that. I only gave A+ at quarterback to Jared with Aaron Rodgers, and 2 teams to be named ahead here. So, like Big Ben, I got an A. Cousins, Winston, A. Cam, Carr, A. So there's 3 A+ coming up. No, sorry, there's 2 A+ coming up, and Rodgers was the 3rd A+. Mangold at 4. Gurley, Hunt, Riddick, Murray, A. Could be an A+ if this Hunt guy keeps it up. Like, geez, it could be an A+ very easily. Yeah, you're naked? No. Wide receiver, B+, Dez, Adams, Torrey Smith, Doxton. Startable guys. I really liked Doxton last year. He's been hurt all the time. So got Dez and Adams, and then Torrey Smith is meh. That's being a little generous with the B+, I guess. But anyways, he needs to start 2 of them. Because he's got Kelsey and Eifert, A+ tight ends. What else you got to say? 2 potential top 5 guys position. The number 1 guy last year. That's an A+. And defense, he's got B+. Kicker, defense, B+. I didn't write down defensive players' names because who cares? Right now, anyways, it's the B+. I did look at it and I graded them. So take my word on it. It's a B+. No, sorry. No. I was looking at Sassy. I gave him an A. His defense and kicker combination is fantastic. It's an A. Part of the reason why I got him as an A overall. He's in the A tier for teams. The top 4 guys are A and better. Okay, number 3, the Fist. My draft, I gave an A+. It's biased, whatever, but I feel like I got the best running back, I got the best tight end, and I got the best quarterback. In my mind. I mean, obviously, there's 2 guys that are going to start ahead of, or maybe 3 by the end of it. But I like Mahomes. I got the best tight end. And then I love C-Mac. So, anyways, A+ for my draft. I also picked up Marlon Mack in the 2nd round. Just throwing it in there. The future of the Indianapolis franchise. No big deal. 2nd rounder. I like him a lot, obviously. So I gave myself an A+. My team, Breeze, A+, because I got Mahomes behind him for the future. I got Alex Smith, who just put up 45 as well, A+. Halfback, I got an A. Ajayi and McCaffrey, it's a deadly duo. I believe McCaffrey's going to produce right out of the gate. That's why I gave myself an A. I don't have that high-end guy, but even though I think that C-Mac can be that, and I think that Ajayi is I think he's a top 6 or 7 back. So I gave myself an A there. Wide receiver, I got an A minus. Jordy, Terrell, who I'm really high on, maybe higher than most, and Tate are my top 3 guys, and that's pretty great combination, I think. But A minus, it's not as good as a. Where did I give an A out? Wide receiver. Did I give any A's? I've got some A. I got an A plus. I got A minus. Like I gave myself an A minus with Jordy Nelson, Terrell Pryor, Golden Tate. I gave lots of minus with Evans, Bryant, and then the other role players. So can't find an A to compare it to. Laffy got an A minus as well with his 4, which I think is fair. I think I have higher end talent, but he's got 4 really good players. Here we go. Oh, he's coming up. Doesn't matter. Gronk and Howard, A plus, tight end. So A plus, A minus, A plus. Team, I gave myself an A. Defense kicker, A plus plus plus. I got arguably the best at every one of those. Best running back, or best linebacker, best edge rusher, best safety, and the best kicker, arguably. Right? Top 5 guaranteed without barring injury. I got the best combination in the league at that in those 4 positions. So A. Number 2. Dethroned. I am Reggie. Draft, you got an F minus. If there was a lower grade, you'd get it, obviously. But you got the worst. There's just no draft to speak of. So obviously it's an F minus. It doesn't matter though, because he's built to win this year, and that's what he's very honest about doing, and that's the fact. You got A plus for Brady. He's got Garoppolo behind him, so if something happens to Brady, he's still got a really good back up there. He's got Glennon. Running back. Bell, White, Bernard, Charles. It's an A. It could be an A plus, just because those are 4 guys that I think you could start. I'm gonna go A plus too. Doesn't matter though. Whatever. Wide receiver, A plus. A plus, A plus, A plus. Brown, AJ. Antonio and AJ, right there. DeMar's Thomas, right there. Boom, bum, 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 done, done. This is not a lot of depth, right? But he's got depth at running back. Give him that. He's got 3, and then he's got Ginn. And then after that, I think it's rough. So it's not if someone goes down, one of the big boys goes down. You can say about anybody. He could be in trouble, but. And then Witten is his tight end, so I gave him a B there. His defense kicker's pretty good. I gave him a B plus. A plus team. 2 teams got an A plus. Number 2 and number 1. Number 1, you're your returning champ, Lotto Corp. And it went probably from a 2 to 3 to 4 to a 1. Probably went from a 2 to a 3 to a 1 because of the trade. The draft, I gave him an A because he got Fournette and then a couple other, he got a couple nice wide receivers later with Westbrook, Schuster-Smith. But because of that trade, that's why I'm giving an A. I wouldn't have given an A maybe just based on Fournette. But because he turned Fournette into Baldwin and Fitz, that's an A. If you can draft Baldwin and Fitz in our draft, that's an A. So in my mind, you got an A. Should be an A plus, really, after that trade because of the value you got there. A plus for Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz. He's got the now, the future. A plus. See, this is what I'm talking about with the running back situations. There's quite a few A's. 1, 2. The guy had A, 3, 4 with Powers. A's, great combinations. But when you got, say, like Reggie, who I also give an A. I just marked it up to an A plus. But see, Reggie's got Bell and then White, Bernard. I mean, that's when you got a Bell or DJ. Krenzel got an A plus too, so there's 3 A pluses. Okay. You can slide Reggie in there because he's got Bell, but you got White. Like White, I think could put up some points. But anyways, I'm gonna keep it an A. I think that's solid because he doesn't have that number 2 guy, but that number 2 guy, but that's really, really good. Like these guys do. But like Shady and Zeke, like that's an A+. That's an A+. That's an A++. And then he's got Jonathan Stewart on the bench. Wide receiver, Cooper, Baldwin, Fitz, Jeffrey. That is a great combination of wide receivers. That's an A. Could be an A+, but that's an A. That's close. Tight end, he's got Ertz and Ebron, serviceable. B+. B+ for defensive kicker. Overall, it's an A+ team. And he's the best team in the league. And he's returning champ. What I was going to touch on earlier was just the bulk of teams that I like a lot. You know, there's just so many good teams. Like, let's count how many B+ teams there are in the league in my mind, which I think is a good, above average, really good team. You know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 B+ teams. More than half the league is above average in my mind, which is kind of weird to say, but anyways, been 41 minutes, the longest podcast ever. Football starts in 9 minutes, so you won't watch it before, but enjoy it. That's my preseason ranks, draft grades, and love it, boys. We're back. We're back. Hey, peace out.